So this is my second day of hunting in Ohio. This is my first morning sit. I'm sitting on a property they call the ranch. There's a little 2-acre plot of woods in the corner of the property, and they call it the pizza because it's shaped like a triangle, like a pizza. Tim Irvin's one of the other members of the Rush Hunt Club, actually shot a 15-point here earlier in the year with his bow. It's a small section of property, but it's an important section of the property because it works as a natural funnel for deer to run through. There's a creek that goes through it. It goes through the neighboring property. The deer come from that neighboring property across the road into this field to eat. And as well, there's other fields beside us that the creek runs through the property, and it acts as a natural funnel, so you're going to see deer there. In the beginning of this video, if you're wondering why I have the camera running when it's dark, if you listen, you can hear the deer walking through. I just didn't have enough light to see them on camera. So it's day 2. It's the first morning hunt for me. I only have a few locations I can hunt in the morning because they bait around a lot of the stands. And the deer are there from 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on. So for me to go there in the morning, I'd just kick them out. Then they wouldn't come back, obviously. About a half hour before sunrise, I could see some deer moving around in the field in front of me. I mean, they really just looked like, dots. But they were moving, so I knew they weren't just, it wasn't just in my head, or it wasn't just a leaf on a tree because it was dark. I don't know what they were, but I was able to take a couple pictures of them. I took this camera and I had the ISO all the way up to 6400. And then I had the shutter speed of 1 second, so they're eating, so they're staying still enough. We'll see if I can make out any antlers or anything. For my night hunt, I decided to go to a property they call the mountain. Obviously, because it's a mountain. Most of the property is just vertical. I mean, you're walking up or down one way or another. And once again, another Rush team member got a buck here earlier in the year during gun season, and he got it up on top of the mountain. I believe he got it in a stand that I sit in this video. Jason's gonna have that hunt on his channel probably pretty soon, so look out for that. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, go to Hunt the Rush TV. That's his channel. He's got tons of videos, and he's got more content than anybody knows what to do with. For those of us that complain about how flat our land is in Michigan, I'm a quarter of the way up the hill. And then I gotta walk to my stand once I get to the top. Glad I wasn't here for this mudslide. That's crazy. So it's night number 2. I just walked a long way up this mountain. But on the way in, I saw 3 does. One was literally laying right underneath this brush pile
underneath the stand here. I got within 20 yards of the stand and she popped up and took off. I'm definitely going to get cold tonight because I am covered in sweat and it's supposed to get cool. But this is amazing. I'm not even all the way to the top of the hill yet. I can still see way up there. And we're not even a third into the property, honestly. So there could be 50 more deer on a different parcel of this land that we haven't even seen yet. I'm just at a ladder stand. They've been baiting at the bottom of the hill, but it's 100 yards away, so they won't even come close to where I am. What I'm hoping is one that has the bait is at the bottom of the hill where the camera is, and there's been bucks coming out, but mainly at night. But it doesn't mean they're not up here, away from the cameras. So it could work out in my favor. It's full of oak trees, so there's just tons and tons of acorns all over the place. And I understand they're not fresh, but they're still eating them. They don't care. There's a buck in here called Last Call Larry. Because the first time they saw him at 2 a.m. It's a last call. At least in Michigan and Ohio, it's last call. We're not in Nashville. I thought about going to the gas station and getting a thing of water. And in my head, I was like, well, I don't want to have to pee. Whew, that was a big mistake.
So the next morning it was thunderstorming, so I decided not to hunt. We were running errands and so on, and he told me about another property that I really didn't know was part of the hunt club, and it was really close to our base camp. We headed over there, we checked the trail camera. There was no cellular trail cameras there, but we checked the trail camera, and there were some really nice shooter bucks there. So I decided to go sit there, mainly because the bucks were coming out very close to the end of legal hunting hours. If they were at the corn in front of the camera, right at the end of legal hunting hours, it means they were somewhere out in this field, somewhere near that corn during legal hunting hours. My plan was I was going to go in a little deeper, which I did. Jason had another stand set up. I sat in that stand, and this is my hunt.
So I'm not real sure. I was talking to the camera and I heard something on the other side of that ridge. And it wasn't a squirrel because it was breaking branches. I'm on another farm here on the Rush Hunt Club. Not many people have been hunting here because there's not cellular trail cameras here, so nobody knows what's here. But there was a trail camera set up. Me and Jason checked it yesterday, and there's 3 nice shooter bucks on the property here. And a couple bucks come out right at the end of the legal hunting hours, but where the camera's set up, it's about 50 to 100 yards out in the field. That means they're out here, on the edge of the field, or, somewhere around the camera. Well, you guys can hear, but the neighbor's going ham on a 4-wheeler. I seem to hear a lot of movement, but I can't, without putting eyes on anything. It could be anything from a squirrel to a bird. This is all oak trees and elm trees and a few cedars in here. Mostly oaks, though. A lot of this is just, oak leaves. And it's been a warm winter so far, so they're not really graded at all. They're just a bunch of full leaves, just like late fall.
So it was close. It was a close call. I could hear those deer walking in for a lot longer than I had the video running, but I just didn't know where they were going to come out at, and it was just unfortunate. They just came out the perfectly wrong spot. But it was nice to see a nice shooter buck, that was close. You can't really see them in the camera as well as I can see them with my bare eyes, just because the light works different for cameras than it does for the human eyes, and I couldn't really. I knew he was a shooter as soon as he walked out, but it's kind of hard to tell on this camera. But I told you in the last video I was going to give you guys some information on the hunt club. It's because I talked about the hunt club and went over all the details from the stand. Unfortunately, I thought it was the hunt in this video, and it wasn't. It's the next hunt. So that information will be in the video if you guys are interested in doing a hunt club. Jason has a great system set up down here in Ohio. It's really not pressured very much, just because he limits the amount of hunters that he allows in the hunt club, and he's got tons of acreage and he's picking up more. So thanks for watching. Comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe. I gotta go.